where for a long time a lot of the Fnatic players have looked uncomfortable. So I'm interested to see where they go in terms of their agent picks.
Prime Gaming agent select on your screen, Ryan. Have we seen anything? Yeah, you call it out. Doma's there on the KO.
I mean, that's a big one as well. It feels like Cloud9 are kind of going what they did towards the end when they beat Ryze on this map dominantly. You've got Zephyr playing on the Raze. I think there's a bit of a non-factor to Raze on Icebox, to be fair. Like Showstopper shut down, not a lot of early entries. But this is pretty much in line in various different ways. Doma being on the KO is usually the Sky in some cases. I also like the Viper on split as well. This is very different to what they played in home ground.
Very exciting stuff. I love seeing the breach again come up. Let's see if C9 can bring us to a third map. Are we going to fracture? Doug and Potter, take it away for split.
Thank you so much, Riv. I think the question on everyone's mind is this. Is this the moment where Boaster, being Rose, lets Jack onto the plank at the end because there was room for both? Or is this where Vanity just kind of floats off and dies?
This is where Vanity floats off and dies because let's be real, no one likes to be uncomfortable and cramped on a tiny little piece of board. Where,
have you been here before?
Yes, I mean,
you've
come
experienced
on.
this
That water's cold, Doug. You know, you got. I'm just kidding, but no, this should be a different look. But you know, this agent select is so spicy, Doug. The fact that KO is out on the board for Fnatic, and when we think back of Cloud9 all summer long since Vanity's joined the squad, the Zeppa, the KO on the Zeppa. These guys are so familiar with this composition, so definitely should be an exciting one, and Pistol is already underway.
They've danced this dance before. They know how to deal, well, they know how to use KO. I don't know if they know how to deal with it quite yet. But we are about to find out. Cloud9 leaning towards A. You've got a little bit of Astra util and the KJ util to work through as well. As the fight ensues across mid, Vanity somehow goes through that without taking a lick of damage.
Not a lick of damage indeed. I was just singing in my head, turn around, and right then he turned around and does take some damage. Zeppa, he was able to get a little bit of this A heaven control. You saw the paint shells go out, but Vanity, that is good info. This paint shell should hurt a little bit, and he gets taken out by Durka.
Yes, it hurt more than a little bit. Oh no!
My God!
My
Magnum!
goodness. Zappa, delete the bots. Zeta getting the spike down. They still managed to do that. The thing is, for Fnatic, their guys are so weak, right? Like, they're battered and tattered.
They are battered and tattered. Durka just barely caught a glimpse of Leaf going right into there. Mitch, that turret should allow him to have some sort of decent post plant, but Zeta, he's all alone here. 2 versus 4. The retake is in motion.
Persistent little robot, isn't it?
A little bit.
Just refuses to go away. You talked about the retake being in motion. Mitch swings out. The flash was in their face, and it did not matter. Fnatic Magnum get 3 to close up the round, and he gets the defuse. Excellent start for Fnatic.
Excellent indeed. And yeah, you know, now all I can think of are the crazy boom bots that I've run into in ranked, where it just beams on you, man. That thing just comes at you like a torpedo, but not quite the boom bot that I'm sure Zephyr wanted, but either way, yeah, and there's that opening kill for Mitch. You know, some funky things went down in this round. You know, Cloud9, they looked like they had decent control. You saw Zephyr there towards that A heaven. It seemed like that kill onto Magnum should have been a 100% almost guarantee for Zephyr. Unfortunately, though, Magnum just does a 180, wipes him out, and that really solidifies this pistol for Fnatic.
Durka with the judge. Keep an eye on that. First it was the Roomba. Can he have the same success with that judge? I also like this from Cloud9. They bought up.
Yes, sir. Love that. They got the spike down. They've got plenty of money in the bank. Durka, you mentioned it. The judge is on his back, and Leaf is going to run right into it.
Oh, no. Durka with 2. Leaf and Zeppa just get ripped to shreds. And here's the thing we were just talking about, Potter. They bought up. Yeah. Right, the investment, they just burned money.
Not to mention, man, that is message received, right? I mean, because the judge, that's like almost a slap in the face for Vanity. Right away, message received for Fnatic. Cloud9, they're just going to slow things down. They've just got the Spectres on their back. At this point, they want to try to somehow, some way get themselves back into the round. But Durka, he's still standing his ground.
Not again, right? Surely not.
Got 2 flashes on Zeta here, though.
Do you expect him to be here? The gravity well.
Oh, they expect it.
They've thrown everything at him. You ain't going nowhere, Durka. He isn't able to get the third. Zeta swings around and is able to get 2 of his own. This is a big round again. Remember, Cloud9 invested. They've got to walk away with this here, but Boaster once again extinguishing the monkey business and the tomfoolery. coming out from Cloud9. Fnatic sitting comfy. Mitch has the spike. A little tap, a little swing around, a little ring around the Rosie, but nothing doing. Fnatic get to 2. Cloud9's economy busted.
Busted for sure. And you know, again, I like the buy. They got the spike down. They had plenty of money to be able to make that one work. But man, the judge for Durka is just such a good read. The fact that he's able to hold such a forward angle and not get pushed out. And you saw the utility, the layering of it on that second hit, right? Once they already got destroyed a little bit, you know, first time around, you know, next few rounds, we're probably going to need to see that coming out for Cloud9 just to be a little bit more cautious, a little bit more safe. They do not want to deal with Durka's judge again.
No, I don't know that anyone wants to deal with anybody's judge at any given point. And the case is no different for Cloud9, but my goodness, they're going to get a chance at it again. And if Roomba doesn't spot him, okay, he's been spotted. They swing around. Now they know the judge is there. You got to keep your distance. And the frenzy
ultimate
cleans it up.
Zeta popped his breach ultimate. You can see Doma, he just gets unstunned, is able to recover and take out Leaf, but that's the B site gone. Beautiful stuff for Cloud9, so decisive. They will get the spike down. And Mystic, if he doesn't check below him, man, he's going to get taken out.
Vanity with a judge of his own. There it is. Gives it right back. Cloud9 able to get on the board, to get the round, to get something going. Big for the side of North America.
What a response coming through for Cloud9, and it all starts, we think back on that pistol. I believe it was Zeta that found that opening kill somehow, some way, on a scrappy, broken buy. Cloud9's able to find the opening off the back of a raised boombot. Then the breach ultimate just completely allows the Cloud9 guys to just funnel and waterfall into the site of B and just collapse on it. Beautiful stuff for Cloud9, and you know, that's what's so scary about these thrifty rounds. You know, you don't care whether you die in the round or not. You don't have, whoa, Durka!
What have we just seen? Durka! The guy just like blows up into somebody's face, gets the kill, then drops the showstopper. Space taken away, damage done. Fnatic sitting so well here. As Durka just full send Potter.
And he got away, Doug. And he got away. He was almost in the spawn of Cloud9. He takes out Zeppa and he repositions himself. Leaf even taking a little bit of damage. Now Durka's only got the Spectre on his back. But this is a beautiful start for Fnatic.
Right there.
Oh, Boaster's about to pop out of that smoke.
What a flash.
More than he
What
for
a
an
flash.
excellent flash. You're absolutely right. Boaster swings out, takes care of Zeta, and then Fnatic back up, right? They shore up to be able to fight this from a much more comfortable position. Boaster sitting in the gravity well, no problems. You see the chaining of utility as well. Buys time.
Yes, sir. And that knife just gave Fnatic all the information that they wanted.
30
all
seconds
three
left.
members of Cloud9 have been spotted now. That info is certainly on Fnatic's side. And for now, Cloud9, I mean, at this point, they've got to get some incredible shots off here, Doug.
And surely Fnatic, your understanding, you still have all that util towards A from KJ, so you kind of know the hit is
10
towards B,
seconds
given how
left.
much time's left in the round, given that things haven't been hit yet. And that's why you see Doma and Boaster still playing back sight. Doma takes care of Leaf, but the spike does go down, so it's a big step. Mitch not able to upgrade the weapon, just out of reach.
Oh.
There it is. Vanity provides a little bit of cover.
Oh,
how
my.
has he done that?
Standing.
He gets
One
a second.
enemy remaining.
A 1v1 through all of this. Mitch creeping his way around. He's only got 8 armor to his name. Spike ticking down. His Magnum is so healthy, and he's got a judge.
The
A
sound
judge versus
cues.
Spectre. Mitch might have gotten the timing just right. No. Alarm bot gives him away. Magnum on the tap. It looks like he's going to try to get it to half. And then how does he approach this? Mitch waiting. Footsteps everywhere. Magnum on the tap. The judge is there, and he lands the shots. And he gets the defuse.
Oh.
Bloody hell, what is this?
My God, Doug, what a round. What a close round. And, you know, it should have never been that way. No, what was this, a 5 versus 3? Fnatic were in full control. Cloud9 looked like they had nothing left, all stuck in that B main. And I gotta say, I think Fnatic were playing this a little too safe. I gotta admit, I think, sure, you don't want to give Cloud9 another way back into the round, but you also don't want to give them an opportunity to actually win the round. And that's kind of what Cloud9 found themselves in. They were able to freely plant the spike, And it comes down to a 1 versus 1, Doug. That is too close.
A 1 versus 1 with the judge.
Yeah.
No less. I'm really scared about what our rank games are going to look like if stuff like this continues.
Leave that back.
Look at Boaster. He's going in.
He is. And he manages to go right back out. Stays alive.
Covering it.
He took a little bit of damage. Vanity did as well. A gentleman's agreement.
Trade for trade.
Yeah. Poke around a little bit. Okay, we're done here.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
We know they like to say hello to each other often.
You are
And
divided.
look at Leaf. Just on the other side is Magnum, and just so patient. And another judge, of course it is.
See the Cosmic Divide come out? I don't believe this is how they want to play this out. They haven't fully committed to it. And the thing is, it's a game of chicken right now, right? Like, who's going to move first? Who's going to give up the space first? They are rotating back towards A.
You should run.
The lockdown comes out. Magnum's not moving. The crazy son of a gun. He's not moving. That flash is going to give him away. Judge not doing anything. But
30
Miami
seconds
just,
left.
just outside of the lockdown. They make their way onto the site. 25 seconds left to the round, and they try to get the spike down. Mitch with the things we all expected to say as Mitch gets a second with that bad boy Zeppa getting 2 of his own. What a round! A flawless round. Excellent for Cloud9.
Excellent for sure, and especially because Fnatic were very much aware of what exactly was going on. You know, Doug, you mentioned the Astral Wall going down. That was meant to be the misdirection. That was meant to sell some sort of a fake, create some sort of rotation, but you saw Boaster jump spotting it the entire time. He had all the information that he needed, but still, even with Fnatic over-rotating and bolstering up this A defenses, that is Cloud9 that comes out on top, and it's all thanks to the Killjoy ultimate. Sure, it doesn't get the entire site, but it allows these guys to get the spike down, play the post, and that A heaven control, the A ramp control in the post, it's just so damn strong for the attackers.
Fnatic with nothing but pistols to their name. No armor to speak about.
Squad up. All of Fnatic.
That's the only thing you
Sticking
can do.
together, yeah.
And for Cloud9, you can see how cautiously they want to play this out. There's no telling what's on the other side of corners. You swing around, you get a shorty to the face or something of the such, and that's a bad day. So they play things out a bit more slowly, a bit more carefully as I say that. Zeppa, he should get plenty of info, right? You hear the flash, understanding there's somebody possibly pushing around the Astral Smoke as well. Mystic has to back up. How is he still alive? He manages to get away.
A little fade away with the paint shells. Does a little bit of damage, but you're right, he does get pushed off. Backup is here. Vanity is happy to find himself 2 there. Everyone loves the ecos.
Spike planted.
And during this time, Leaf, he's found himself a little bit of a more aggressive position. Now the Fnatic guys, they're gonna want to die here in the round. They definitely have nothing to save. No reason to fool around. Doma's already got his ult. Nice little ego stroke, though.
Yeah.
You know, let's see some headshots.
Yeah, we get a couple kills, a little confidence kills. Feel good about things. Maybe a little teabag at the end if you get a couple kills, right?
Of course,
Make you think about things. But that might be all that Doma gets. And we were actually just talking about potentially not saving here. I don't know that Doma's going to get a shot at anything.
Yeah, he's just going to try to force it now, force the issue, die to the spike, at the very least, rather.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful round for Cloud9. And once again, things are no different than the first map. You know, very much a back and forth affair. It seems like both these squads consistently have an answer, a clap back right into the next round. Just back and forth. We've got 3 ultimates coming online here for Fnatic. That Astral Wall on the back of Boaster with this Magnum Killjoy ultimate. It should allow these guys to be able to have those retakes in their back pocket. This should make their defenses coming into this round look a little bit more different.
Zeppa has the showstopper, and he may set up something. If you're able to create enough room, potentially showstopper your way into heaven. But nothing doing quite yet. You see Roomba, unfortunate casualty of the battle that's ensuing. But yeah, I mean, Cloud9, they have a couple of tools at their disposal, but they don't pull the trigger quite yet.
Yeah, things have really slowed down. Just a straight up default coming into this round. Not a lot of noise towards mid here for Cloud9, but they're okay with that. They're just going to make sure that no A main pushes or B main pushes are going to happen. They're gonna revisit mid here right after that, and
Taking that back.
this is a solid default for Cloud9 so far.
Now, the thing is, if Vanity goes forward, there's a good chance Durka makes him pay for it. He's got that op just looking down towards A main, right? You see him back towards screens. And Vanity's still just kind of waiting it out. They have taken Cloud9, have a good bit of space mid. They could potentially work their way into ropes where they have a couple of the remaining members towards A. There
Oh,
it is.
that fault
Durka
line.
swings out, not able to land the shots. You're right. Oh, he doesn't miss twice. You can't play with fire that many times. Durka's on the other side. I like that. Fancy footwork to stay alive from the nade, but you can't dodge that. Zeppa cleans him up. Zeta looking to get the spike down, should be able to do so. Fnatic's defenses, the reinforcements are still on the other side of the map, so Cloud9 should be able to, in theory, assume cozy positions. Try to hold this thing. Cosmic Divide coming out. Mitch waiting to see if anyone's going to push him. He's going to get a shot at it. There he goes. Hits another one. He's been so good up until this point with that up, but doesn't get a shot onto Doma as Doma sucker punches him.
Sucker punch, the Killjoy ultimate does go down. Zeta feels the need to have to push forward, and Magnum, such a beautiful play, just protecting his ultimate there. He knows Cloud9 are gonna funnel through that choke point. He defends it well, and that's the spike diffuse going over here for Fnatic.
Well, and I think for Fnatic, we mentioned, right, like, they were not fully ready to fight for that retake initially, right? Like, they had to buy enough time using the Cosmic Divide to allow the rest of the members to get into a position where they could fight that together. And then you're right, the lockdown comes through and Cloud9 want to fight for it. Fnatic gladly welcome that fight.
Certainly do. Beautiful kills. There's the kills for Magnum. Just solidifying, and we saw it right on Icebox. Fnatic, they're completely A-okay with setting up in these retakes on the defensive side, especially when they have the proper ultimates to be able to combo together. And this should be the round where Fnatic, they want to be able to have a little bit of cushion on this defense. They want to string some rounds together, potentially win this economy war. Cloud9, they're just going to slow it down once again.
Yeah, they've been very patient in their approaches up until this point. You've got Zeta with the Rolling Thunder. So you can expect once they feel good that there's a good chance it's an explosive hit onto a site. But you look across the minimap and you see they're pretty spread out right now, right? Like, you've got the line of scrimmage, if you will, that they've set excellent shot out from Mitch to clean things up towards B. See how Fnatic respond. Yeah, they don't really rotate. They don't move.
Yeah, and that's the operator on the back of Mitch again for the second time on the attack side, and this time he finds an opening towards B. And we've seen Boaster doing that jump spot constantly, so that's a nice read coming out here for Cloud9 to open things up. This Killjoy ultimate, it might create some sort of rotations, but because this Viper ultimate is up in mid, it should allow these Fnatic guys to feel pretty confident in their defense.
Yeah, you see they don't move very much at all. You've got Doma who's working his way forward towards the ult, but slight miss, busted knees. They get onto the site though, onto A to get the spike down. Mitch has been cleaned up, Magnum creeping his way forward, spots Vanity, not able to land the shots. He's still very healthy. But now it's on Fnatic with an op in the hands of Durka to take this bad boy back. We'll see if Durka's able to do anything with it. Vanity patiently waiting on the other side. He's not going to have a ton of info to work with. He's just going to have to roll at the right time. The Rolling Thunder right into his lap, but Vanity gets caught up on it as well. Not able to land the second kill as Magnum cleans him up. Zeta does, though, as Durka's out leaf, anchoring the site. Only able to take one with him. Zeta, the 1v1. Magnum on the tap, no armor, and a ton of utility. I mean, utility for days. Magnum gets it to half, swings around, but Zeta stops it just in the nick of time.
What a round for Cloud9. This looked impossible. Doma was so patient, and it's tough to still be on the complete opposite side of the map when the hit is coming in A. But Doma knew the rat was around. He knew Mitch would come through. He is able to get the trade off, and that should have made this retake look easy for Fnatic. But Vanity, he buys his time, he waits, and that breach ultimate. Zeta, MVP into this round. The utility usage, the layers coming in was perfect, and that allows Cloud9 to steal another one.
Fnatic pushed back instantly off of the utility from Zeta. You saw they wanted to push forward. The fault line comes out. Mitch swings around, able to get two. Excellent start to the round from Cloud9 as the third drops. Mitch is on one right now.
He's going in there, man. He's going in. He is not shy right now. Zeppa, he might have gotten some sort of a sound cue. I'm not sure. It looks like Sky has no idea, actually. So this Magnum flank might be juicy. He's got the Frenzy on his back. Oh, a free upgrade. There it is.
Got an upgrade, and you have a judge.
Enemy
Zeta looking to
remaining.
get the spike down. You had an upgrade.
Spike
All that's
planted.
left is Mystic with 52 HP. A long distance fight
With the judge.
with a close range weapon. Exactly what you want to be dealing with.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely. And for Fnatic, I mean, for Cloud9 rather, they definitely are not going to want to give Mystic any sort of shenanigans here.
Yeah, why would you, right?
Yeah.
Like, don't flirt with the opportunity or the possibility of that. Vanity cleans up Mystic. Cloud9 take the lead. Now, I'm going to ask you this, Potter. We talked about the split leading into the series. Cloud9, Cloud9, Cloud9. Were you expecting this close of a map?
I was, and I wasn't. I know. I think the fact that Fnatic being on the defense side, I was expecting a little bit more of a stronger
Right there.
start, especially because
Sure.
they got the pistol round.
Yep.
I think Cloud9 are reacting and responding well. Their default, it's allowing them to just slow things down completely. And that was Fnatic's game on Icebox, right? They were so slow. They were always flanking and making those retakes look easy. This time, Cloud9, it's not so wild. They've slowed it down. They're defaulting well. They're finding a good pace on this attack.
And they're turning up the pace right now as the Cosmic Divide comes through the Seekers as well. Dirk throws the brakes on that bad boy, at least for now. As Zeppa drops, you hear the Showstopper comes out. Durka, nothing doing. Vanity, though. Vanity gets two. The satchel right in front. Nothing doing, though. You see that flank, though. The spike, they're going to
going
flip the
A.
map. Yeah, they're out.
Oh, but Magnum, this timing.
Uh-oh.
Because the spike is on Zeta, he's a little bit behind. He gets the one, and oh, Vanity gets taken out with his knife out. I don't think Vanity ever expected both members of Fnatic to be just in tandem like that in the heaven area, but either way, the trade comes through quick for Fnatic, and they're able to secure that one. That should have been Cloud9's round.
1000%. Right, but there was a bang-bang play at the end there by the members that remained on the side of Fnatic. You're right, they didn't really have a chance to respond. Look at Vanity, like, he thought he was scot-free. He thought I was out, pick up the spike, and then maybe turn around and fight. Guy didn't even get a chance.
Didn't even shoot his gun.
All right, how many times is it going to take? Nice, just two that we saw. There may have been a
two.
third, but if we didn't see it, it didn't happen.
Of course not. Obviously, with how things work out, that is the way, and we've got another Killjoy ultimate on the table here for Magnum, and we saw exactly how that retake happened on the defense last time around. And again, it should allow these Fnatic guys to play differently on the defense. Mitch, he's also good for it. The operator back onto his back again. He was good for the opening kill onto Boaster, but the angle here for Boaster is a little bit different this time.
Mitch, a couple jumps. See if there's any warning shots. You're not going to get it from that angle. You've got Boaster working his way into his own smoke. The sound is there, the flash, but he doesn't get anything. Great setup by Cloud9, and now Mitch tries again. This time does it. The blast pack across, but you don't check your 50. Doma's got a world to hurt in front of him, but Durka's name gets two. Mitch with the op. Finding another one. You see the lockdown coming through as well. A 2v2 for the site. Cloud9 look to get the spike down and should be able to succeed. Leaf, you rat. Leaf, you mad lad, you crazy son of a gun. Oh no, nothing! Magnum gets him. It's all on to Mitch.
It's not planted for Mitch either. Hopefully, I didn't see whether he placed a molly on the spike or not. I don't think he did.
so.
Oh, that's huge. 1 versus 1 now. It's all down to Mystic, and he gets taken out. Mystic, what a shot onto Mitch. This was incredible. 2 versus 2. It came down all down to the Killjoy ultimates. Cloud9 used theirs to get into the site. Magnum uses his to initiate the retake. And once again, Fnatic, they put a round on the board because of it.
Well, and you highlighted those lockdowns at the beginning of the round, right? Like, you drew attention to them, and obviously you were predicting the future, understanding that those are going to be so pivotal in that round. But you're right. right? Like, it came down to those things. It came down to creating that space. Durka's nade was enormous. And that's where you see some of the, like, the utility, right? Like, understanding the timing of everything that's going on. That's where you drop those, which is where Cloud9 should be funneling out, and that's exactly what was happening.
Yeah, absolutely. And Durka is just so spectacular, utilizing his agent, having that sort of stopping power, and yeah, all 5 members, this is it. They're hitting the site really fast, but Durka, he misses an easy shot. That paint shells, it might do a lot of damage, but Cloud9, they've got the site.
Oh, what?
Through the smoke!
Someone check NPC. Magnum gets it as well.
Planted.
Only 3 left on the side of Cloud9. Yeah, they get the spike down. But what else do they have? Look at how Fnatic are working their way around, right? Like a boa constrictor suffocating out your prey. That's exactly what they're doing. Zeppa gets a flag. Oh my God! Okay, Vanity. My goodness. I might have walked off the set. That might have been it.
He was a little bit blind, Doug. Just a little bit. A hair blind, I think, on his screen. It's fair to say. And that's once again another retake here for Fnatic. 7-5. Deja vu from the first map. Just incredible half here for Fnatic, especially considering how slow the first half of this half was.
The quarter, I believe, is what they call that.
Doug. Thank you.
You saw that play again. Yes, he was flashed up to high heaven, full on Ray Charles in that instance, but that's a split second, right? And things could have been absolutely disastrous. A 7-5 half for Fnatic. We're going to throw to Riv over at the desk as we catch a break and our breaths. Riv.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we're going to stop over there at the Crown Coffee and get a sip here as we chat about what happened in that half. And Tom, you were saying kind of a flip of what we got on our first map.
Yeah, it looks like a little bit of a reverse with Fnatic like getting themselves the pistol, having a few like crazy rounds with like Durka just blast packing his way down mid, finding a kill with a judge, and then a few like back and forth close rounds. But ultimately, in terms of the way that teams have been setting up, I would give this over to C9. I think that they've had the better executions. I think they've done well to have solid read. Mitch has been incredible as well, and I'm not talking about that that short one. The guy in the server, he's been playing incredibly well, and I think a lot of that comes down to weight off his shoulders, but also I almost want to say he's been the better operator player so far.
Yeah, it's both him and Magnum that are there with the most kills across in the server, as you've seen, and just Magnum in those moments where him and Mystic as well, like choosing to go for some of those retakes, it's often a do as much damage as C9, get onto the site, because their post plants are strong. If you could bring them down to a 4 versus 5 or even a 3 versus 5, it's good. It ends up a bit chaotic, and then Magnum Mystic are like, all right, we're the 2 left alive, I've got locked down. I think this was like in the last round as well, just being able to work off of each other, not panic and overextend. Every part of the decision making from each of the players has been a lot stronger, and they've done a really good job of keeping Leaf even quieter than he was on Icebox. He's playing Sky, and I think at one point he only had 2 kills in the first like 6 or 7 rounds.
I'm definitely, I want to see teams keep a bigger focus on rounds that will break the momentum. A lot of times we'll still see a fast round when Fnatic was down. That operator gone for them would have meant it's a save. As we have some Durka highlights here, one of the ones that wasn't opting as much, but the judge to come up as well. Like they said, sending a message here.
Well, one of the things I think is really important to talk about now, though, is going onto that attacking side. I feel like he's going to become a pivotal player, along with those little pop flashes we've been seeing coming in from Doma. Like, I don't think that pulling out 7 rounds on your defensive side is anything crazy. So now I need to see that other side from Fnatic if I'm going to believe there's a chance for them on this map.
Especially with that KO. Just how much of that is going to be obvious. This is a team that is very comfortable with playing KO themselves, so they kind of know a lot of the tricks, the usual suspects. It's about how Fnatic scale the map. Like, okay, if we could get like ropes control, how do we then use that differently than we would if we went on a straight AXX? Like, it's all of those parts of a round that Fnatic need to nail every aspect of it, because Cloud9 are good at improvisation.
Well, let's see if we get a few of those results. Let's get the second half underway. Back to our casters. Potter, Doug, take it away.
Thank you, Riv. Tom is not a believer, but Potter, maybe are you?
I'm a believer, baby.
Okay,
I'm a believer. We're on split. Things have changed. Cloud9 are going to be on the defensive side. And Doug, you were pointing it out before this round started. All 5 members of Fnatic, they are very much grouped together here.
I'm very excited to see how they play through Doma's utility, right? On the KO, the initiator, likes to go fast, likes to make things happen, create some space for his team. You got that Viper default wall that creates some space. They work towards A.
Look at this flank. I mean, Cloud9, they are so aggressive. They just fully cleared out B. They've already got mid control. They're going through the ropes, and Mitch is on the big flank already. Mystic, he sniffed this out, though. He's very much aware that this is a possibility, and the crosshair placement is good.
Not able to land the kills, but you see him start to funnel out. As Fnatic really just kind of ripped Cloud9 to shreds, right? Like, look at how weak Mitch is. Leaf is the only healthy one left, and that's not going to be enough. Fnatic take the pistol.
Wow. Wow, that was a dominant pistol here for Fnatic, even though Cloud9, as I mentioned, they had all the information. They knew the spike was A. They knew all of the members of Fnatic would be towards that A ramp and site area. But the fact that Mystic was so confident in the game plan, he knew exactly what his responsibility was going to be. Ensure that no flanker gets through and use those Molotovs into post plant. Secure the round. Make sure you get the dub on the board for Fnatic, and that's exactly what he did. Beautiful stuff coming through here from Fnatic.
My man's understood the assignment and delivered in every way possible. You see now Fnatic, previous round, all over A. This time, all over B, right? And it may be a very similar play as far as things go. You see Cloud9, this time they didn't buy, they didn't invest, they're just rocking with pistols. And Fnatic are going to get into B for free.
Yeah, Durka, he's just flying by, double satcheling into the site. That's a lot of information, and as we can see on the minimap, there's no Cloud9 members towards here. They took a gamble, they stacked towards A. All good though. I mean, Leaf, he's got a frenzy, and you know, the jellies are quite strong. That's exactly what Cloud9 are going to need to be able to have a solid defense here. I think him and Mitch and even the Breach ult. I mean, bring it all on the board. We'll see what kind of frags these guys are going to get.
It's a brutal setup from Fnatic, man. Like, I don't know that you easily find a way into anything. You just kind of have to throw everything in the kitchen sink at them.
Yeah.
And then even then, I mean, you've got the Viper wall, right? To deny vision, to deny knowledge of what's happening back there. They have to invest utility to work their way through it, and then you still don't know what's on the other side. And to top it off of all of that, you've got Mystic, who's cozily making his way around. It was just too good of a setup.
Too good for sure. Leaf is going to go ahead and just finish himself off into the range of the spike there. And yeah, that was more than a conservative buy. That was almost a full save for Cloud9. So coming to this one, I'm looking straight at Xeppaa. You know, Doug, I think map 1, he was a little bit more quiet than what we're used to. I mean, this guy just ramped up in LCQ2, right? Each match, each series, it seemed like he was just getting better and better. And the warmer he got, the crazier he got in the server. So I'm looking for Xeppaa to liven up a bit. He's got the damage on his back. He's got the pain shells to give him some space, give him some room. So definitely for him, as the sole responsible player defending this mid area, we're going to see if he's able to find some rhythm for himself.
Mitch doesn't have an op this time, but what he does have is a turret that plays contact just like that. Then Mitch swings around. It was a beautiful setup, and he didn't get hit by the knife, so he was able to make that play happen. Yes, precise gunplay. That is what we saw just there, but Cloud9 still sitting okay. Mitch drops, but Zeta has shown up. He's arrived at just the right time. Great response from Cloud9.
Great response for sure. The backup is here. The run and gun is not going to work when you've got 2 rifles shooting at you long range, but good effort, and I like set plays like that for the bonus, right? Fnatic, certainly I think if Durka pre-aimed backside instead of top side there, he might have had a fairer shot, a fairer duel versus Mitch, but he pre-aims the wrong angle, getting into the site, so Mitch has a freebie for himself, and that's a solid round win for Cloud9, but for Fnatic, they've still got a healthy buy.
See, we've got Boaster close to the Cosmic Divide. But that's, I mean, that's really the only ultimate. Oh, and Mitch. We'll see how they play this out. You see, Leaf just invested the Trailblazer to clear out ramp. Nobody's home. It's a quiet start to the round.
Yeah, Fnatic are really taking their time here. They want to make Leaf go sniffing. If you've watched enough Cloud9 VODs, you know that Cloud9, they love to play aggressive.
He gets
Fnatic,
antsy.
yeah, a little bit. So a good read for Fnatic here. Now they're going to get this ropes control. This should allow them to have a better mid-round, be able to react and maybe seesaw back and forth towards B heaven while they have this A heaven control. Interesting crossfire here for Sky and Astra towards A Heaven. Both together. It will be Leaf that gains that contact, baiting for Vanity.
Well, and the thing is, Vanity has that judge, right? So he can play this tight angle, and they're just throwing everything they have. Oh, Leaf!
The pinch!
What? Whirling dervish of aim! That just goes down there as Fnatic are able to get the openers onto the site that they need, and they're not done quite yet. In fact, they want more. But Zeppa, what can you do to stop it? Mystic gets a spike down.
Spike
At least
planted.
now he does. And Fnatic sitting so cozy here. Cloud9 severely outnumbered, severely outgunned. Have to figure out how they're going to take this site back with no armor on Zeppa and only 10 on the side of Mitch. You're up in heaven. You're going to have to work your way either out through window, maybe wrap your way around through the defender spawn, or work your way down ramps. And every single one of those are covered, as you can tell by the setup that Fnatic have. Potter, they're getting out.
Yeah, they're tuck and tail. They're getting the heck out of dodge here, and that was fantastic for Fnatic. So decisive, right? I mean, we talked about the fact that they slowed this round entirely. They hardly peeked mid. They hardly expended any utility. And in turn, just inherently with how the map works out and plays out, they got mid control just from sheer patience alone. Then slowly walk and work their way up into ropes, and the decisive execute. It's fantastic for Fnatic. It's catching Cloud9 off guard a little bit, and the fact that they're just in Cloud9's face all in just a split second gets them this round.
Fnatic up 4 here again on the map that statistically should not be going their way. It was I believe it was Ryan on the desk who said, I need you to show me what you can do on the attacking half. Or maybe it was Tom. I don't know. It was one of those two. They're both bald.
Yeah.
One of those two.
That's fair.
Told me.
That's
told
fair.
me that it had to be Fnatic on the attacking half. What do you got, right? What can you show me? This right here, that's a great start.
It's a decent start. It's a decent start for sure. It's
Listen
all
to
right.
you.
It's all right. No, it's certainly much, much better than decent for sure. And for Cloud9, I'm still waiting for the Leaf and Zeppa duo to show up. You know, these were the heavy hitters. We constantly talked about in NA the immediate firepower upgrade that we can sense and feel in this Cloud9 lineup roster. We saw the leaps and bounds of this Cloud9 roster once Vanity joined and kind of solidified and optimized the roster strategies, right? But right now, they're quiet. They are quite quiet in that server right now.
What wakes them up? What turns the volume up? They need something, right? Because you're all of a sudden you're flirting with the possibility of getting 2-0'd by Fnatic in the first round.
Maybe Vanity needs Boaster to be behind him instead of Vanity behind Boaster on that player walkout. I don't know, but it seems like hopefully Cloud9, they've got someone that Vanity can lean on in this timeout. It might be the last timeout that these Cloud9 guys have in this series. So certainly for them, they're looking to Autumn, they're looking to James here to find some sort of answers for themselves.
And Potter, I don't know that the answer is going to happen here. It may.
They're broke.
Yeah, exactly. They
broke.
only have 2 rifles. Vanity and Leaf don't bring any armor into this round. And Fnatic dial it up again, right? They take and ramp. They're continuing to work their way forward. You saw, was that Zeppa? Zeppa had to get the heck out.
Yeah, it's really good utility though. And yeah, it's just a scrappy buy for Cloud9. You see, they just want to make something happen for themselves. And although Durka does get taken out, Fnatic, they should be well awares of what a weak buy Cloud9 have. The confidence should start booming. Good flash for Doma. It doesn't catch anyone, but hey, they get into the site.
Yeah, and that's having the wherewithal to understand, right? Like, we know Cloud9, we know they don't have much as far as buy goes. There's a real good chance that there's somebody creeping around this corner waiting to mess me up. So you drop a flash just to make sure. Fnatic, once again, really understanding the situation. They drop that Cosmic Divide at the end there just to make sure as they get to 11. But, you know, we talked about during the timeout, that might be Cloud9's last chance at a timeout. This very well may be Cloud9's last rifle round.
Yeah, scary, scary stuff. And I didn't catch exactly what ultimates were about to come online, but I think the Killjoy one should be coming online very soon, if not already. Potentially Sky Jelly's coming online as well. Okay, there it is. Killjoy ultimate is on. Leaf is 1 away. This should, look, if this isn't going to let Cloud9 get some rounds on the board and start stringing some consecutive rounds, it's going to be tough for the rest of this game.
Fnatic, all sorts of personnel by B. You've got Mystic playing outside, making sure there's nobody
Durka's
flanking around.
going.
You see the no command. Durka swings around, trying to fight through the smoke. Oh, close! Vanity cleans him up. And they still haven't fully established control of the site. Zeppa hasn't been dealt with, and you're going to have to get through him if you want to pop a squad here. No! Leaf cleans things up as well. Mystic shows up, and he shows up late. Cloud9, you talked about it. They needed to respond here. They do.
They do indeed. A little bit ambitious from Durka, I gotta admit. I thought that maybe there was gonna be a flash on the way from Doma, a nice little pop flash through that Viper wall. Maybe he overheated, certainly possible, but yeah, I think he just kind of tucks and holds that Viper wall, right? I think pushing through that is just a death sentence without some utility layered on top of that. But either way, Fnatic, we've seen these decisive executes kind of come out here and there. I'm assuming they're going to follow it up with a very slow round, because those were the rounds that we saw Fnatic having the most success, is those really slow, drawn out defaults where they get that eventual mid-ropes control.
And so far, you're right. Right? Like, slow round. You see Fnatic, now they're working the way at mid. You've got Roomba clearing the way as well.
Need that back.
Now they have mid control and they have options, right? You see, you've got Magnum over by A, you've got Mystic by B, and you have mid control. You can really go any which way you want here. Presumably B because the spike's that way, but you can easily flip back.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, once you just start shoving and pushing the defenders back, slowly but surely, you push them away from the barriers. You start slowly getting that map control. It starts opening up doors for you, just making the options bigger and better. And Vanity, he took notes from last half. He said, Durka, I'm the king of the judge. I brought this to land first. He's got the good angle. Durka gets taken out. Vanity with the judge close. He's blind, though.
Spams into the flash. You see the Rolling Thunder from Zeta 2 went out into Garage to buy time. The Seekers invested from Leaf. There's not a whole lot of time. They're going to have to double down onto the site, Potter, and they haven't gotten enough. They don't have enough to work with here. This is going to be very difficult for Fnatic. You've got Doma with no HP. Zeta able to get one. Swings out. Magnum drops. 13 seconds left. They've got to go, and they've got to go now. And Cloud9 do not give up a single inch, as they should be able to secure the round. Boaster tries to save the rifle and should do so. Excellent response from Cloud9.
Good stuff coming here for Cloud9. And a little bit indecisive coming in for Fnatic, I think, I must admit. And one of the great things that we've been commending the Fnatic squad about is the fact that they're so damn decisive when it comes time to getting into those sites. But I think a little bit of perhaps some miscomms. I'm not sure. I think probably Zeta should have been taken out there. You know, we saw him with the fault line out, procking it, and he didn't have his gun out. That should have been a freebie. But I think the fact that Magnum just had a Spectre on his back, a little bit of a whiff, unfortunate. So the site defense holds strong for Cloud9.
Yeah, we talked about it, right? Like, they've looked very good on B. There's been a couple of rounds now where they've been able to hold fast a stalwart defense into what Fnatic is throwing their way. And if they continue to do this, there's a very good chance that we finally get Fracture. But if you're Cloud9, you can't be thinking about that yet, right?
No.
Like, you've finally gotten the wheels turning. You've got something cooking here. You've got to finish it, though, right? The job is not done.
It certainly isn't, and I think it's a really good point that you bring up about Cloud9's B defenses. I'm not sure that we've even seen them lose the site yet.
Yeah,
I think we saw Fnatic planting the spike once, but they still lost the round. All of Fnatic's dubs have been coming from that ropes control and that A site spike plant. Whenever they get close, whenever they get that ropes control and start getting that pinch ready, that site hit into A, it seems to be Fnatic's bread and butter, at least from what we've seen thus far.
And that might be something that we see him go back to, right? Because as the old saying goes, if it ain't broke,
don't fix it.
Exactly. Thank you. I was hoping that you'd help me out there. We'll see if they do go that way. You see the spike on that side. They also have ultimates to work with, but they don't have a full buy. So I wonder in this instance if they invest those, or if you just kind of understand, yeah, if we can win this round, great. But really, we're hitting back in the next round when we have rifles.
Yeah, I think they're going the conservative route. They certainly want to have a super healthy buy into the next, but as you say, I don't think I'd be surprised to see them investing ultimates into this one. We'll see, though. Again, they're just spread out. You can see it on the mini-map. They're spread out, and they're waiting for a deep... Oh, no, I take that back. This was a misdirection. Mystic started towards B main, dropped his wall, and they're making it look like they're going to go for mid control now, but all 5 members of Fnatic are grouped up. They're all outside A main. And again, the decisive hits. This is what Fnatic loves.
If it ain't broke. Can they find success here again in a really maybe not desperately needed, but certainly a needed moment? Durka manages to work his way forward into heaven. They clear out the alarm bot as well. All of the utility that was littered was there, but they haven't taken care of the members of Cloud9. Zeppa showstopper not connecting, but it buys time and it buys space for Leaf to show up and clean up Doma as well. The spike is down in no man's land. Cloud9 are surrounding it, and Fnatic are going to have to get through everything that's before them before they can do that. Unsuccessful. Cloud9 get to 9, and yes, Fnatic didn't have a ton of guns. Here is where we expect them to punch back.
We do expect, I was honestly expecting a little bit more of a better hit as well. You know, I think maybe Mitch was just a huge issue for Fnatic into that round. He did a fantastic job popping that utility at the perfect time at A ramp, and you saw most of Fnatic go up towards that A ramp heaven. And on a scrappy buy, man, you just want to get into the site, right? You want to get into the face of Cloud9, make it a close range duel, make those frenzies be on your side. But Mitch held the ground, he held that A site hit off. And that was a solid round for Cloud9 here.
Oh, and they're going to go through all of that utility again, right?
More,
Look at that, Durka.
Durka's already in spawn.
Yeah, he's got that showstopper, but he's not going to get a chance at anything. Right, like he's made his way across, but that's it. Nobody's been able to follow up. He's taken some damage. Yeah, Magnum now able to take care of Mitch, who is peeking top ramps. But that's it. Now the team follows up. They drop the Viper's Pit as well. I like this setup on it.
Yeah, will his paint shells get the kill? No, it wasn't. It was too deep. Doma is in a perfect position here. Magnum's gonna swing on that contact, but Zeppa's so high in the sky. Magnum at Cloud9, they know he's here. Vanity takes out Durka. And look, Magnum, he still has the Killjoy ultimate. He might have to use it in this post plant, but he gets taken out.
Yeah, I never had a chance at it. Mystic in the 1v3, makes that a 1v2.
Oh!
Things are getting spicy.
They are getting spicy. The Viper's Pit is not on Mystic's side there, and Cloud9 make this retake work for themselves.
So let's take a look at what's before us, right? Coming into the next round, you've got Vanity, who's got the Cosmic Divide. But there were no other ultimates that were up and online for Cloud9. On the side of Fnatic, we've seen that Viper's Wall go towards B almost every round, right? Like that's been their play. Regardless of how they want to approach the round, they're going to sell that. Right, we're going to make you at least respect the possibility that we may go that way. But as we were talking about earlier, Potter, they just haven't had success on B. I think maybe like one round that they've worked out there, but that's been it.
Yeah, that's pretty much been it. And I don't know that we've seen Fnatic really pressuring towards B heaven either. So that might be the next layer that they need in order to have some breathing room in that B main. Vanity does get taken out, and that's Spectre. This is a scrappy buy for Fnatic. They should be able to recover. I mean, Magnum is barely breathing at this point, but...
He's still alive, but he's barely breathing.
Yeah.
Still thinking about how they want to approach this round, and things starting off very well. Zeta's going to get pushed back. You see the lockdown comes out, create some space, but Leaf should be able to tuck here. He's got enough space in the corner to where he's going to be able to stay alive. Lands the shots as well. Preserves his life with a flash in his face. Turn around the approach once again. He gets a second. Mitch is off. The fact that Doma's gotten into a 1v2 is impressive in and of itself, but no, we're tied up at 11 apiece. Fnatic not able to make it happen with the lighter buy.
Oh, that was so close. I mean, Cloud9, they have to be breathing a sigh of relief after that one. Their in-game leader in Vanity gets taken out by a Spectre, no less, in a long-range duel. So certainly for Cloud9, they're happy with that one. And Leaf, he's got the jellies. Those things are, that ultimate is coming online right in the nick of time for this Cloud9 comeback. Double op setup.
Okay. All right. How are you going to approach this thing? You've got Vanity and Mitch, as we mentioned with the ops. Vanity's looking into Garage, and you've got Mitch playing over towards A. I don't know if they're going to get a shot at anything, and I wonder if you just kind of want to play back, allow your ops to get a chance to maybe grab a pick, potentially two, because you shouldn't be expecting two, and then approach the round.
Yeah, you can see that Zeta is setting up Vanity for a deeper angle here. He just cleared the close left for Vanity, so he should have full confidence to hold this aim, and oh my god, he barely just misses. Shooting at Viper's toes, Mystic is going to go into the ramen shop and make his way into mid.
Well, and so here's the thing is, right, like you get that info, oh, okay, Vanity's got an op towards B, we can't go that way, we've got to go towards A. So they're going to go towards A, and guess what? As we mentioned, Mitch is waiting there as well. You've got the Seekers that drop out from Leaf. To identify that's exactly where they are, Mitch has to make this bad boy sing. And he's going to get a chance at it, but Zeppa cleans up the first. Zeta does as well. On the second now, they're working their way forward. Freaking lunatic, man. The guy just holds W, and it often works, but that was not
30 seconds
the outcome
left.
he was looking for. And off of that, Fnatic, they get into heaven, but they can rotate back towards B unless Zeta has something to say about it.
He's got the fault line a little bit early. That should create some pressure for Vanity, but he's already just left the site. They're going to let the spike go down potentially. They've still got the flashbang off of Zeta and a flashbang perhaps on Leaf ready.
10
The
seconds
spike
left.
is going to... They have plenty of time. The spike will go down.
Magnum pushing forward. Understanding Vanity's back there. Vanity's able to clean him up. Doma left alone. Doma 1, Doma 2. Doma not able to get the third. As Zeta cleans him up, gets it defused. Cloud9 take the lead. They get to map point, potentially looking to extend this series.
Oh my, what a retake coming in for Cloud9. Fnatic had a decent response, right? In the mid-round, they realized, oh man, A site, it's not gonna work. They gotta beeline it back towards mid, make their way up into B heaven. Somehow, some way, the trades go in their favor. They're able to get the spike down, but man, this is so back and forth. I can't believe Fnatic, I believe we're up 8 to 11, 7 to 11,
Player standing.
and now Cloud9 are on match point.
And that almost happened. Doma
Yeah.
almost did that.
Yeah.
Right? Like a second difference. He's able to swing back over towards heaven, and it's a done deal. It's a wrap. It breaks the internet.
This aggression.
Zeppa. Only able to get one. Mitch opping across mid. There's only one operator in the fold this time. You see that same Viper's wall from Fnatic towards B, but they're not playing that way.
Yeah, and Leaf definitely heard Magnum shooting that alarm bot, and you can see most of Fnatic are coming back to meet up with Magnum. And Leaf, he's got the backup of Mitch. That operator's got that long line of sight. Hopefully Viper Mystic has a lineup for this operator. There it is. The smoke will go down.
When the turret played contact, got them some info that they have lost heaven at this point, and they have to be really careful about what could be wrapping around them. As you see Mitch holding that angle. The null commando! A bit of an early fire. Leaf, backside, able to take care of Doma. Leaf gets a second. The guy hasn't moved an inch. But Magnum from up top, nothing doing, baby. We're dancing, we're going all the way. We're going to Fracture, Potter.
I can't believe it. We're finally gonna get Fracture on day one. I did not see this coming. Fnatic looked to be in control. As we mentioned before, they were up 8-11, 7-11, something like this.